How to Play Mahjong, the complete guide for beginners, American Mahjong, following the National Mahjong League rules. You're about to learn the basic rules on how to play Mahjong with some winning tricks and techniques. I'm spilling some secrets. You will be playing Mahjong like a maven in no time. Before we get into the details, click subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss anything. American Mahjong is played with 152 tiles and 4 players. The first group of tiles is bamboo. They are numbered 1 through 9, and there's 4 of each tile, a total of 36 tiles. The next grouping is called characters, cracks, numbered 1 through 9, 4 of each, 36 tiles. Finally, our third suit is dots, numbered 1 through 9, 4 of each, totaling 36. Additional tiles are dragons. The white dragon, also known as soap, the green dragon, and the red dragon. There are 4 of each, total of 12 tiles. Next are the winds. There are 4 winds, north, east, west, and south. Each of these winds have 4 tiles, totaling 16 tiles. We've referred to them as news. We have 8 flower tiles and 8 joker tiles. There you have it. There is the 152 tiles that we play with in our Mahjong game. Each player rolls the dice and the highest roller becomes the dealer. The dealer is known as East. This person will go first. The tiles are dealt with each player getting 13 tiles. In order to win and become a Mahjong champion, your task is to gather tiles towards a winning hand on the National Mahjong League card, which is composed of 14 tiles. This might sound like a piece of cake, but it's way more complicated than you might think. Not only are you working on your winning hand, your opponents are also trying to win, and you must defend against them by figuring out what hand they are playing and think carefully so you don't discard their winning tile. So now let's talk strategy. Enough about the play. The game ends when one of the 4 players calls Mahjong, matching their tiles to one of the National Mahjong League hands. Here is an example of the National Mahjong League card that I created. The card is composed of 60 hands and 9 categories. This is a similar card, but with only 13 hands and 7 categories. Let's look at what the game looks like. The player that is grouping their tiles into sets has the current advantage. The most important thing to know is your strength. In this example of playing on ilovemahj, we'll talk about what it looks like to group your strength. Here is our strengths of our hands. We have 2 6 cracks and 2 7 dots. That is the strength of our hand, as well as 2 white dragons. Same tiles grouped together are stronger as our 6 crack and 7 dot than a single standalone tile, the 3 bam. And groups that work in the same category is best to create a winning hand. 6 and 7 are consecutive numbers. They work in the same category. There may be opportunities to rearrange your tiles and change hands or categories when new groupings appear during the game. It's a great strategic move. Singles are weak most of the time. However, gathering its match will be to your advantage. Pairs and triples have more power. Your opponents are working towards the same goal. Try to keep your tiles concealed so no one knows what tiles you're looking for. Once you expose a grouping or 2, you are now in danger of your opponents figuring out your hand. Successful Mahjong players keep their tiles concealed until they are 1 or 2 moves away from a winning hand. Do anything you can to make sure your opponent doesn't get Mahjong before you. If you want to make your own rules during the Mahjong game and be the main force of the game, try to control when you call for tiles and discard certain tiles. Calling tiles when you are getting close to Mahjong and discard desired tiles like flowers and dragons midway through the game. Your opponents will now have to change their hands if they aren't ready to gather those tiles for Mahjong. Don't forget to use jokers to your advantage and wait to call when the third or final tile of that suit or number goes out, and then expose. Remember to look for tiles that you can exchange for jokers that are exposed. Mahjong is a very strategic game. You have to think ahead and not discard tiles cluelessly. At the same time, you have to watch your opponents and foresee their strategy and plan. It's a lot to do all at once, but with time, you'll love it. Scan the table carefully to see your options for possible discards, joker exchanges, and calls. Take it slow and don't miss anything. In this example, my opponent on my right has 3 exposures. It's very unusual for that to happen. Once you have 3 exposures, I know what hand they're going for. I am 1 tile away from Mahjong and I'm looking for the win. Yay, I won. Mahjong! In this part, I'll show you Finesse move, coined by Ruth Unger, one of the founders of the National Mahjong League. Similar term is used in bridge. Here's an example of how to win the game with a joker exchange. A player holds back a tile, here's the 2 dot, that can be replaced on another player's rack, player 3. She waits until her 13th tile thrown by player 4, the 3 bam, calls for the exposure, completes a pung, then completes a joker exchange with the 2 dot by simply replacing the tile on the other player's rack in player 3, and she receives the joker. That joker completes her final set for the 9 bams, a Kong, to give her Mahjong. It works out and you have made the finesse move and win the game. You are now entitled to a self-pick bonus. This move shows the Mahjong's players' finesse and creativity. Mahjong, that's it. So have you decided to learn how to play Mahjong? What attracts you most to Mahjong? Tell us in the comments below. Give us a like by clicking the thumbs up and click subscribe to not miss our next video. It's your move. If you'd like to take lessons from me, you can contact me on Instagram at Mah Jongg Class, or on Facebook, or on my website. The easiest way to get in touch with me is to email me at mahjongclass@yahoo.com. Thanks for watching.